There wasn't a dry eye in the Fog Wrestling household tonight, but was it because we were crying tears because AJ Styles was retiring, or were we crying because we had to watch 2 hours of Friday Night SmackDown? Welcome back, guys, to the channel, and that will be answered. That question will be found out by the end of this review. So let's get straight into it. We start with Nia Jax's coronation. This was hyped. It was pretty much the only thing hyped in the preview for the show. Triple H is cooking, but pretty much this was the only thing we had going. She came down to the ring. I was expecting a big buffet table with chicken and barbecue and wings and you name it, all the sort of fat foods Nia Jax would like. There wasn't none of that though. Nia Jax came down, put a fake crown on her head, called out Bayley, and just when Nia Jax thought she was going to get all the food to herself, someone even bigger than her came out, someone even fatter, someone even hungrier than her came out, Piper Niven, and I find it ironic that Piper Niven's theme song has got the word taste in it, because Piper Niven, over her career and over her life, has done a lot of tasting.
She has. This segment tasted like shite.
Taste the rainbow.
Bayley is just a fucking jobber, man. Doesn't even get to say anything, just gets attacked. Feels like the fourth wheel in this segment, and she's the champ.
Yeah, ever since she won the belt, she literally has been booked like a jobber. Came out tonight, got attacked, and then lost a tag team match later on.
And it just ends though with Chelsea Green saying, "Oh, you don't have to worry about Bayley, you have to worry about us and that fat bastard beside me." And then Nia Jax is like, "Well, it doesn't matter because regardless, I'm champion," and just walks out. That's it. That's your fucking.
It doesn't matter. It's SummerSlam. I will be champion. And she walks out smacking her lips as if she's going to go and order a big takeaway when she gets to the back.
That's the bottom line. Stone Cold DT goes
right.
to McDonald's.
People are saying that Nia Jax is cooking, and she probably does cook a lot, right? Looking at size
takeaways in there.
But I just don't understand it, right? She's still this shit worker. She's still this big, obese person. She still works dangerously. If you've seen the match at King and Queen of the Ring, it looked like she nearly killed Lyra Valkyria. She still can't cut a fucking promo to save her life. Her promos are awful. Yet people are praising her. People are going, "Oh, Nia Jax, she's cooking. Triple H is cooking. What a run. She deserves it. All bow down to Queen Nia. Nia deserves a title reign." I mean, if McMahon was still there, people would be burying Nia Jax at the same level they buried Ronda Rousey. I don't get it, man. These people never liked Nia Jax, but because Triple H is in charge, we need to pretend that Nia Jax is somehow the greatest thing ever. I don't think she's improved. She's definitely not any better on the mic, that's for sure. This promo sucked.
It did. Her attire sucked. It's just the same old gimmick though, but you're right, it's everything with WWE now. It just seems to be that Triple H is getting a pass because of what McMahon's accused of.
Yeah, this was a horrible opening to the show, but I just know that people are going to be on Twitter, people are going to be in this video going, "Nah, man, nah, dog, you're trolling. You're being anti-WWE. You're bashing it for the fuse." I'm bashing it because it sucked. It absolutely sucked. If McMahon was in charge, people would say this was shit. But Triple H is in charge and people are going to pretend it was great. I mean, it wasn't great. It's 4 mid-card at best women.
Yeah, women, not even men. And you know what? I actually think the show gets better for here.
Not much, but...
Yeah, not much, but it does get better.
So yeah, I thought this opening absolutely sucked. Let's move on. Up next, we got AJ Styles backstage with Nick Aldis. AJ says he was thinking a lot about Aldis was saying last week and he wants time to address his future tonight. Nick Aldis says, "No problem, AJ. You got all the time in the world." Even though AJ technically doesn't, he told Nick Aldis last week, "I'm running out of time, buddy." Nick Aldis wants to know what's on AJ's mind, but AJ says, "Look, what I'm going to have to do is hard enough to say once, so therefore I'd rather just do it out there." Nick Aldis is like, "I understand. You got it." And AJ walks off and he's wearing this, like, I mean, I guess it's like this light blue, this sky blue version of the Mark Henry pink salmon suit. And at this point, you just knew it was a cop-out, just due to the suit alone.
Yeah. Again, it's so predictable and dragged out. It's like they just Why not try something different?
Like what?
Well, I don't know, anything. It was so fucking obvious.
Isn't this different though? I mean, how many times
No,
has
but
AJ...
it's got to the stage now where we're ripping things off that wasn't even that long ago. I know it was like 13 years
Hold
ago.
on, I mean, I'm not blaming them for ripping it off. I just think they've done a bad job.
No, but why not have Styles come out and mourn the fact that Trump got arrested? 34 charges. Guilty.
I mean, that's probably why AJ looked so sad before he went out, because he did have a tear in his eye.
He did.
Or maybe he just had to sit through 2 hours of this shit, and he was like, you know what, I ain't got time for this. But, no, look, I mean, I have nothing against it, but it just, I don't know, I think you could see this coming a mile away.
No, that's the
See
thing
when Mark Henry retired, like, you legitimately didn't see that coming.
No. And also, you're replacing, fucking Cody Rhodes with John Cena there. Quite the difference.
Yeah, quite the difference. So we'll see AJ tonight. Is he going to retire, or is he going to do a nice well, technically not a heel turn because he's already a heel, but is he going to double down, I guess? We then see Naomi. She checks in on Bayley, who's inside the trainer's room. Naomi sprinted in here, all full of hype, buzzing, excited as if something good just went down. Bayley just got her ass kicked. Naomi comes in and is like, "Hey, Bayley, you alright, Bayley? Hey, Bayley. And then she says, "Bayley, you know I got your back, girl." And it's like, surely if you had Bayley's back, then you would have been out there 5 minutes ago when Bayley was getting beat down by Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. But that didn't happen. I don't know. It just seems a bit phony when Naomi comes and speaks to Bayley in the trainer's room to see if she's okay and says, "I've got your back," even though she didn't have her back. And then Naomi sort of throws out a possible tag team match and she says, "Are you okay, girl, to get in the ring tonight?" And then Bayley turns around to ask the trainer if she's okay. I mean, I get it. She's not this badass like Stone Cold, but it just looks poor that Bayley's turning around asking for permission. Shouldn't Bayley want to get revenge? Shouldn't be like, "Yeah, you got it, me and you tonight"? Why is Bayley turning around looking for the approval of the trainer?
With a wee sad Snoopy fucking look.
And then the trainer just starts like touching her shoulder. "Yeah, you're fine." I mean, why did she even need to be in the trainer's room?
I know.
It's not like she took like a triple concerto or something.
No,
I mean,
that's what I actually hate though about wrestling these days. Like, they take normal moves, finisher moves that they'd kick out at fucking one.
it puts them in the trainer's room for half an hour.
Yeah, no, it's fucking.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I think that weakens it. Like, see if you're going to show somebody in the trainer's room, surely they should have just went through like a severe beatdown or took a really nasty spot.
Yep.
Nothing happened to Bayley. It was like a really fucking weak. I mean, it was a weak beatdown, wasn't it? Like, there was nothing happened. A couple of shots by Piper Niven.
Which again, I mean,
It's not even like Bayley was laid out. When the segment ended, Bayley was in the corner hugging her belt.
hugging the belt.
I'm a hugger.
Like Piper Niven hugs her fucking Big Mac.
I want a cheeseburger, 2 number 9s, an extra 9 large, and a large soda. Well, hopefully there'll be no more large title reigns being dished out for any of these women.
I want a first match without Tommaso Ciampa.
But you didn't get you didn't get that. Tommaso
Extra Stone
Ciampa.
Cold in the Rock, please.
Oh, Tommaso Ciampa, Austin Theory, first match of the night. I think this went on way too long.
It did.
DIY.
How long have they been teasing an Austin Theory / Waller breakup? Fuck me, man.
This match went on way too long. Ciampa's DIY's music's absolutely terrible.
Austin Theory did a good move, by the way. They should have ended it.
And yeah, Ciampa though kicks out as he does. Waller then throws Theory back in the ring when he falls to the outside, and he brags at the commentary about how he has lifted up Theory. He has put Theory's career back on track. Where's the lie, to be honest? Because until Theory teamed up with Grayson Waller, he was jobbing out. He was a fucking bum.
Yeah, he was stinking the joint out.
He was doing absolutely nothing. So where's the lie? But Theory didn't appreciate that. Ciampa gets the win. Roll up over Theory. You know, you see Theory hit that maneuver, but then a roll up wins the match. It's like, you know, what's the fucking point here?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing? Anyway, Ciampa wins. Theory's not happy with Grayson Waller. I hope they do split them up. I just think Grayson Waller's got a lot of potential on his own. I'm not saying Theory sucks or whatnot, but they just don't need to be together. See, when you get stuck in a tag team, it's basic. The tag teams, It's like purgatory, like, you know what I mean? You're like Harry Potter, you're sleeping under the stairs.
Aye.
In the tag team division. It's not the place to be. Speaking of not the place to be,
And this ain't magic.
we have Blair Davenport backstage. She's speaking with Nick Aldis. By the way, Nick Aldis actually introduced us to the show, and it was a boring introduction, but
Hey, Albany, New York.
everything he does is pretty boring. He's speaking with Blair Davenport backstage. Naomi walks in and says, I hope I'm not bothering you, but I want this match. And then Blair Davenport's like, you're bothering me. So she wasn't happy that Naomi interrupted her. Then Blair Davenport, Naomi's like, sorry, I haven't been introduced to you yet. And then Blair Davenport's like, nobody introduces me to you. I tell you who I am. And then her name just popped up on the screen, Blair Davenport, before Blair Davenport could say her name. And it's like, it's just, if this was Austin, you wouldn't need Austin's name to pop up.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't think they'd done that back in the day. I don't really recall it, having their names pop up in backstage segments. I don't recall that happening. We're currently watching the Ruthless Aggression era. The only time I remember names popping up was when someone's coming to the ring.
No,
I never really see a name pop up backstage.
No, they didn't do it. I know I don't get about Nick Aldis. The guy fucking sucks. People buried, right, the general manager on the laptop. I actually thought it was quite good.
Yeah, you didn't know it. But I thought it was good because it literally could have been anybody.
Aye.
It could have been somebody great.
We know this is Nick Aldis. We know on Raw it's Adam Pearce.
Yeah, so Nick Aldis makes the match. Naomi's happy. Blair Davenport's not happy. We then go backstage. We get LA Knight. He wants Logan Paul. He wants the US Championship. I don't know why he's setting his sights on the US title, not the world title, but whatever. Aim low, LA Knight. He's a superstar. You know, he's what do they call him?
LA Knight.
No.
The Megastar.
Nah, the Megastar. The Megastar going after the mid-card belt. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
LA Light.
But he wants Logan Paul. Logan Paul's not here. Then Carmelo Hayes turns up and he says, LA, why don't you go and take on Knight? and then LA Knight says, well, surely if I took on myself, I'd have to look in the mirror. And this would have thrown most people off. But then Carmelo Hayes just responded. I mean, LA Knight kind of dug a hole here for Carmelo Hayes because he could have just ignored it. I think we all spotted it, but we knew what he meant.
Yeah.
We knew Carmelo Hayes meant Logan Paul, but he said LA instead. But then Carmelo Hayes was like, well, you tell Logan Paul if he wants to talk the talk, then he can face you. But if he wants to walk the walk, then he can face him. And obviously he is him. And I thought this was a good promo here backstage. Even though Carmelo Hayes made a mistake, he recovered. That's the main thing. I guarantee you 80% of the people on this roster would not have recovered
The
from
off
that.
would have collapsed.
Especially after LA Knight calling them out on it. So, yeah, just two guys that can actually cut a promo. Two guys that are charismatic. Two guys that should be in the world title scene. Two guys that are main offenders. I mean, two guys that I want to see more of on my TV screen. Unfortunately, though, this was the last time we've seen Carmelo Hayes. I think it was also... No, it wasn't the last time we've seen LA Knight, but, you know, it was like one and done.
It was, but these guys have been interactive for the past month. It's been the best thing on SmackDown. Easy, hands down, boom.
Yeah, so we got that. Then up next, we had our second match of the night. Andrade El Idolo versus Apollo Crews. Thoughts on this?
Thoughts on this? Well, this actually put me to sleep. This match, that's the reality we're looking at here. Andrade fucking sucks. I don't get this.
Yeah, Angel Garza cost Apollo Crews the match, and then the Oreste Andrade and Andrade, El Legado del Fantasma came out. I guess they thought Andrade was going to join. Andrade walked past, and then we had Santos Escobar, who was pissed with Angel that he never got Andrade to join, and then Angel was left to go and, I guess, make amends.
Why does Andrade think that he's above this group, by the way? If you don't join this group, you're getting released again. There's fucking nothing for you. You scraped past Apollo Crews.
Aye, thanks to Angel.
Oh,
I don't...
fucking jobbers.
Then we see Angel go and speak to Andrade. He's like, why did you make a fool of me out there? SA, I wanted you to join Legado del Fantasma. And then Apollo Crews comes in, he starts attacking Angel. He's like, why, keep your keep your nose out of my business, I say. He didn't really say that, but he said something along those lines, and then it gets announced that next week we're getting Angel versus Apollo Crews, and with this like slow, drawn-out booking, no doubt we'll see more involvement. Andrade will come to the rescue of Apollo Crews, and then next week we'll get Apollo Crews and Andrade. Well, I say next week, I mean the week after that, we'll get Apollo Crews and Andrade versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Just very boring, very predictable, very stale, very slow, just, drawn out to the max, and there's just nothing exciting happening here.
Nope, Andrade won though. Let's talk about it. Solo Sikoa. Right.
Well, you said Andrade won though, as if that was a good thing. I mean, Apollo Crews could have won this match. It changes nothing.
Apollo Crews win, but I just want to bury the bloodline, bloodlight, or whatever, bloodshite. Because what are we doing here?
Bloodline, you can't even find a feint at this point.
No, you can't. It's unresponsive. Solo Sikoa backstage looking like a goof.
Dun, 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 dun.
Paul Heyman doing these facial expressions like he shot himself.
Yeah, so we get Tama Loa and Tama Tonga, the Longa and Toa. They leave, they disappear, and then Paul Heyman is like, Solo, these are bad guys. We could have recruited them, but they're dangerous. It's like, hold on here. Maybe if Roman Reigns surrounded himself by dangerous guys, he'd still have the fucking belt.
No, but it's pathetic because we're having to pretend. We can't talk about what they did in Japan, so let's make them out to be mass murderers. What?
Yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman's still talking about customs and their history and being ruthless, as if they've got a career of, like, hurting people and doing bad things. Let's be honest, they don't have careers. They've done nothing in their career. They've achieved nothing. They're bums. They've already lost to Randy Orton. They've already lost to RK Bro. They do not look spectacular. They went 50-50 tonight with the fucking Street Profits. If they really wanted to build these guys up as dangerous guys, I mean, they would beat the Street Profits in 2 minutes. Or at least just end the match. DQ finish in 2 minutes. You can even have the Street Profits win by DQ and just have a beatdown. But they have a 50-50. How does that work? These two guys are ruthless. These two guys are killers or dangerous. You know what I mean? They haven't been fitted. We haven't checked them. They could be bad people. They could be a danger. But they're going 50-50. They're going life and death with the Street Profits. Just like any other jobber team would. Just like Legada del Fantasma or OAP or DIY or New Catch Republic. They're no fucking better than any of those teams. But we're supposed to believe that these are killers that Roman Reigns was afraid to bring into the bloodline. I mean, Roman Reigns wasn't afraid to bring them in because they're rating killers. That's what they are.
Rating killers. No, but see when McMahon wanted to inject poison, did he go out and just pick two fucking criminals off the street because they're unfettered, or did he pick actual fucking stars for another company? Even though I know the company was done at that point, but come on. And like going 50-50 with the Street Profits, fucking hell, come on.
But see at this stage, man, I mean, they could just hire anybody. They could hire two bums, two guys in masks from Mexico, and be like, these guys are ruthless. No one has signed them for 20 years. It's like, no one has signed them because they fucking suck. No one has signed them because they're just not important.
They're two guys in their 40s going nowhere. See when Team 3D went to TNA, right? And they battered like Team Canada and Jarrett. Did they go for that to then the next week going 50-50 with Curryman and Sharkboy? No, they didn't.
No.
What way do no, Triple H is he is not cooking here. No, I'm not even joking. See Tammy Tonga and Tammy Tomato Sauce, whatever the other guy's called. See, they should be beating up the Street Profits 1-on-2.
Even the Street Profits match. It's like they didn't even win in a dominant style. It was 50-50. And then they win because Tama Longa gets a sneak tag and the guy, Montez Ford didn't see it. Montez Ford had the other one beat. But he didn't see the sneak tag. It's like, it wasn't even a dominant, convincing win.
And we're led to believe that Roman Reigns and the Usos or The Rock or whatever can't beat these guys.
Roman could have brought these guys in, but he knew they were too dangerous.
It's pathetic though. Solo Sikoa sat there for 3 months while The Rock did all the fucking talking. Didn't say one fucking thing. And now he's acting the big balls.
Plus, he
Balls.
had like a 0-36 record at that point.
Yep. Still does.
Tony Khan would probably book him in a world title match at this point. What's that? You haven't won in a year? You're getting a eliminator match tonight, buddy.
This sucked next though. Paul Heyman comes out acting the big man after shiting his pants backstage.
Yeah, I don't get it. So he shites himself when he's with his allies, but then he goes out with his enemies and he's acting the big man. He's begging Kevin Owens not to get involved because he doesn't want to see Kevin Owens hurt. He's trying to make us believe that Tama Loa and Tama Tonga, they're going to kill Kevin Owens if he keeps pursuing bloodline business. Like, didn't he just see Backlash? Did he not see Kevin Owens and Randy Orton win? What have they done since then? They've done absolutely nothing. Saudi Arabia, Randy Orton was victorious. But Paul Heyman wants you to believe that Kevin Owens' life is on the line.
Yeah, and then you've also had before that where Sosako said, "Oh, we've dealt with Cody Rhodes. He doesn't even know it yet." What?
Yeah, I mean, Cody Rhodes is walking around with a championship belt, 2 successful title defences. I mean, the bloodline isn't even in the rear view mirror for Cody Rhodes right now.
The bloodline haven't even fucking interacted with the guy, and they're on the same show. Anyway, let's just go into the next.
But no, I like Paul Heyman, but segments like this, see the overacting he does, it's fucking abysmal. I thought it was bad when Roman Reigns was there. It's got 10 times worse with Solo Sikoa.
Does he have to make up for the lack of acting from everyone else? Maybe.
I mean, Paul Heyman never acted this much of a bitch anytime he was with Brock.
No.
It's fucking weird. But
Very
for some
weird.
reasons, like, every time you see him, he's, like, borderline about to cry.
I know.
It's like, why, Paul? I mean...
Throwing mics at Kevin Owens, just fucking weird. Anyway, we get the tag match.
I think so that was... Right, so the 3 of them come out, they're going to beat up Kevin Owens 3-on-1, but no, they're not. Street Profits are here. Street Profits have saved them. We get into the tag match, already spoke about it. 50-50 match here.
The Guerrillas of Destiny, that's their name?
Yeah, that's the name that they're going by. Look, they suck.
They do. It's 2 guys. No, yo.
I say yawn my ass off here, but I mean, it's been a late one, so...
It's 2 guys. One's been in the company 2 months. The other one's been in the company over a month. Doing nothing for me. Doing fucking nada.
At the end of the day, it's fucking Hunico. It's the Black Sin Cara, right? It's a bum.
It's 2 guys for Japan. Have they not learned anything about fucking Tony Khan?
And no, it's mad, right? That Tama Tonga guy, see when you see him in the ring, he just looks small.
Yeah.
He does not look physically imposing like Roman Reigns. You see him next to Montez Ford, and he looks small next to Montez Ford.
Yeah.
Not even the bigger Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford.
Donkins? Donkey.
So yeah, this match sucked. We then got Belair and Jade Cargill backstage. They're not phased by Shayna Baszler or Zoe Stark. Indy Hartwell rocks up. She's upset that Candice LeRae got injured, but Bianca Belair says, "She started it, I finished it." Talking about the leg injury. And then we get a match next week. Indy Hartwell versus Bianca Belair.
I'll tune in next week.
I wonder who's going to win that one.
I know.
We then seen Kayla Braxton have an interview with Michin backstage, half talking about AJ Styles. Nia Jax interrupted, basically said, "Look, who cares about AJ? It should be all about me." But Michin says she's not happy that Nia interrupted her interview. Nia says, "Don't step to the Queen," and that Michin's going to regret this decision. So, I mean...
You can already just tell this gimmick's fucking going to drag.
I mean, Michin's tits were almost bigger than Keith Lee's tonight. I don't know what's happened. And that's an achievement.
It's fuck it is an achievement. I mean, I was asleep at this point.
But there was a lot of...
Cards on the table.
There was a lot of cleavage on display here. I don't know, Keith Lee, like...
Maybe he cut his own off and put them on me chins. Or me him or whatever.
Maybe took his chins off. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. So Bayley and Naomi. Right, so Bayley and Naomi take on Piper and Chelsea Green.
Talking of tunes.
Bayley, I mean, I don't even know what's happening here. Bayley spent the majority of this match getting battered, 2-on-1. Bayley then makes a hot tag, and after this, she doesn't come back into the match. So Bailey gets her ass whooped, makes the tag. That's her done. That's her contribution over. Naomi comes in, hits some moves, takes care of Chelsea Green, has Chelsea Green pinned. Then Piper Niven comes in, just does that slow ass 1 mile per hour like senton drop or whatever on the back of Naomi. Then she pulls Chelsea Green on top of her 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if Bailey's hurt or injured or something. If that was the case, so she probably.
I'm not going to defend all the men, but the women on this show were fucking awful tonight.
Because I forgot they're great on Raw, like, or do you just mean in general?
I just meant the show, in particular. Like, everything's been a fucking mess. Like,
I actually think you can almost begin to make a claim AEW's got a better women's, and I never thought I would say that. Like, I mean, a year ago that seemed unthinkable.
No, I think you've got to agree. I think Toni Storm's been putting on consistent shit.
Toni Storm's the best woman in wrestling right now, hands down. And I'm not gonna lie and say Mercedes Moné is a shit worker. People say she's the worst of the 4 horsewomen. I don't see that whatsoever. I thought the match with Willow Nightingale at Double or Nothing was good. I think the AEW women's scene has been better than the WWE women's scene recently.
I'd agree.
I mean, I stand by that. I think Toni Storm's been the best female in wrestling for like a year now, and I actually think the Sasha Banks Willow Nightingale feud was not too bad. So, but this sucked. I mean, this sucked.
No, this is awful.
This
is only just beginning.
Yeah, Naomi loses. There you go. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green win. We go backstage. We see AJ walking with his nice wee sky blue shirt or his suit, whatever. He's got the Good Brothers with him. He hugs. He shakes hands with LA Knight. He hugs Cody Rhodes, and he whispers something into Cody Rhodes' ear. And then AJ comes out with the Good Brothers. He says, "You guys have been more than friends. You've been brothers."
Good brothers.
Good brothers. Then he talks about it was his son's graduation a couple of weeks ago, and he got to see it, but it made him wonder how many he's missed, and he realises now that he can't go to the back of the line. He doesn't have enough time. And unfortunately, after losing to Cody Rhodes, that's where he needs to go. So he's going to call it a day. He's going to retire. He's been in wrestling for 20 years, 2 decades, blah, 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 blah. I mean, look, it wasn't a bad promo, but we just weren't believing it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mark Henry had it sold. Unfortunately, AJ Styles did not. Now, maybe if he didn't come out wearing a Mark Henry suit, you know, and maybe try to pay homage, but it's like, if you want us to believe that you're actually retiring, maybe try and get away from Mark Henry.
But see, I think this sucks, right, for 2 reasons. 1, it just got put on ice because of Logan Paul. And 2, I think it would just work better if you didn't copy Mark Henry and you had a heel authority figure making AJ Styles jump through hoops every week with his career on the line.
But I think this should have happened. There's no reason why this couldn't have happened the week after Backlash.
Yeah.
But people be like, oh no, but then you need 1 week for Nick Aldis to tell him that he can't get the rematch. Why can't Nick Aldis tell AJ Styles at the beginning of the show you're not getting a rematch, and then by the end of the show AJ Styles has decided that he's retiring? Why does everything need to be so slow and dragged out?
I know, it's mental.
See, back in that, I hate bringing, well, I don't hate bringing it up because actually it was great, but like, everything was fast paced, you know. They would get through like multiple angles, stories would evolve throughout the night. See, now it's one and done. You get like one little snippet, and then that's it. You get the next little snippet next week, and it's like snippet by snippet by snippet, and you literally have to wait like 3 or 4 months to. See, now they tell something that would have been told over the space of like a week or 2 back in the day. Literally takes about 4 months now. And no word of a lie.
No word of a lie. And again, AJ Styles is just going to get beat by Cody Rhodes at Clash at the Castle, and we'll move on with our days.
Yeah, so Cody Rhodes is coming out. AJ says it's a phenomenal match, but now it's time for me to be a phenomenal father. He's glad he had his last match with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is putting his hands up, you know, as if, ho.
Cody Rhodes almost crying here like a little bitch.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes nearly grating. Kind of reminded me of McMahon and Bret Hart. You know, and McMahon's waving Brett's arms up in the air.
Yeah, but I just fucking don't like Cody Rhodes. I'm
And then
sorry.
AJ Styles clotheslines Cody Rhodes, beats him up. The Good Brothers laugh, and Cody Rhodes gets beat up by AJ Styles.
Get the Good Brothers off my telly.
And that's it. Good Brothers are laughing. AJ Styles has took the suit off. He's beating up Cody Rhodes, and I guess he wants another title shot. Now Nick Aldis said he has to earn one. How's this going to work? Is Cody just going to give him one? Who knows? Who cares? That was it. That was your SmackDown review.
I think it makes more sense if he doesn't get one. I think just burying him again makes no fucking sense. And that's the problem, though. That's the problem we've got. We know for a fact that because Cody Rhodes will not lose this belt until when? Cody Rhodes is probably going to hold this belt until... See that 2-night SummerSlam? 2 years from now?
Nah, I won't go that far.
What?
I think the earliest he can lose at SummerSlam, but he won't. I mean, you're getting to the stage now where I don't think a world champion, apart from maybe Priest, because he does seem like a transitional one. I don't think a world champion can lose their belt unless it's at a big 4 pay-per-view.
Yeah, but a transitional champion back in the day would hold it for maybe a couple of weeks. Now it's like a transitional champion's holding it for 6 fucking months.
It's a bit strange, but yeah, for me, I don't see Cody Rhodes losing this belt at 2024.
Yeah.
If he is going to lose it, I mean, that's
the problem though, right? That works with Roman Reigns being part-time, only having 3 title matches left this year, for example. If Cody Rhodes is doing every pay-per-view and he's just beating people, it looks like a reign of terror. That's what it looks like. It looks a lot worse when you're actually there every week, there every pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's just boring.
That's why it works though. Like when I know Seth Rollins beat a lot of people, right? But at least they lost it in the end.
But with Seth Rollins, there was times I thought he was going to lose.
Yeah.
See when he was taking on Balor, I thought he could have lost to Balor. See when he took on Drew McIntyre on Raw, I thought he could have lost. Who else did he take on? He took on Nakamura. I didn't really think he was going to lose to Nakamura. But I don't know. I felt like when Seth Rollins was defending his belt, the possibility of him losing it was there. You haven't felt that yet with Cody Rhodes. I know he's only 2 title defenses in, but you knew he wasn't losing to either of those guys. Will he lose to AJ in a second match? I highly doubt it. Anyway, time to rate the show. I mean, it was really poor. I mean, the AJ promo was alright, but it was just predictable. I like Carmelo Hayes. I mean, I like LA Knight.
Lasted a minute.
But it lasted a minute. The Bloodline stuff is just overreacting. It's Paul Heyman being an absolute goof. I'll give it a 2 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 as well. Worse than Raw. Same as NXT. What did you give Dynamite?
I gave Dynamite a 2 out of 10.
So Raw leads the way. Can Collision take the mantle? Probably not.
Till not. Till next time, guys. 4 o'clock in the UK. Why are we sitting there watching wrestling? I do not fucking know. We must have no lives. Till next time, peace.